All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Monday Night Team Connect. I'm so glad that you joined me, even though it's Labor Day. Hopefully you guys had a fun day, stuff with family and friends. I smell like a campfire, so that's always a good sign of just having fun times. But tonight, what we're going to talk about is kind of an introduction to sharing Plexus. So I am recording this because I'm hoping this can be something we send out. So if you're watching this in the future, what I'm going to be doing is just giving you some of the basic tips and like basic things about sharing Plexus. Maybe you have kind of seen a friend, your upline, the person that helped you get started, and you know that they're making some income with Plexus. Maybe you've seen us talk about it on our team page and you're just curious, like, how does that even work? I don't even get it. I don't think I can do that. I just wanted to have kind of a conversation with you guys about how I got started, how a lot of us got started, and how there is actual potential to make income with Plexus. And I'm going to share my story with you guys as well. So you'll get like the inside scoop on how this works. We do have a lot of new people on our team. So if you're listening to this and you're new, I want to welcome you. You have joined an amazing team and you are in the right place at the right time. Many of you have expressed interest in sharing Plexus, and it could be to either just get your products paid for, which I know was my goal when I first got started. Like, I just want to have enough to cover my products so I can be consistent. Some of you want to earn some extra cash on the side, and some of you are looking for a full-time paycheck, right? Like, a lot has happened recently. The world is a crazy place right now, and some people are out of work or just looking for a plan B, or like, I just need some kind of backup. I'm talking about full-time income. And no matter what your goal is, whether it's just to get your products paid for or you need to replace your income, we are here for it. Like, there is a way to do this for any kind of level. So I just wanted to provide you with some of the basic things that help you build a business with Plexus. And because you're your own boss in this kind of business, you can do as much or as little as you want. And that is the beauty of it, really. I love the time freedom. You guys can tell from my shirt, I'm a homeschool mama now. And I love that I can spend quality time with my kids and be present and set my own hours and work Plexus for a few hours a day. And I've literally been able to replace my income, my healthcare income with it. So you can do as much or as little as you want. And I just want to applaud you for being on here and being open to the idea of sharing, because I know it can be a scary thing. Some people have had a bad experience trying to do network marketing or direct sales before, and to kind of even be open to the possibility takes like a step of faith and a step of courage. So I want to just applaud you even for considering it. And if I hadn't personally just taken that leap of faith to just hear a little more and learn a little more, because I was scared and I did not think I would be able to do something like this. I did not think I had the skill set to be successful at anything related to sales or marketing. But if I hadn't just been curious, we wouldn't be living the life we're living today. I would still be working outside the home. It would just be a totally different situation. So I just wanted to thank you for taking the time to hear more. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to give you some practical tips. So if you want pen and paper, grab them. Practical tips for what I did when I got started and what are the things that actually make a difference and move the needle and help you grow a business with Plexus. So I'm almost 4 years in to my business. When I started, I was working in healthcare. Like I mentioned, I had 3 little kids. I still have 3 kids. The little one was 4 months old. I was nursing. I was like running around like a crazy person, and I did not have a lot of time to work my Plexus business. I would honestly work about 15 to 30 minutes a day, usually at night. And so I knew like I needed to do the things that were going to make a difference, right? I knew scrolling social media was not going to be efficient use of my time. So I got really specific on like, okay, what will actually move the needle and how can I do just a little bit every day to kind of keep my business growing? Those things that I started with, I kept working until I was a Ruby ambassador with Plexus. And at that time, I switched over to no longer working in healthcare and just working Plexus. So then I had more time because our life situation changed. But that 15 to 30 minutes a day got me to that Ruby level where it was, the income was really making a difference. So I want to share with you the little things that I did when I started that I still do today, because they are the things that move the needle. So the first thing I would recommend if you're getting started, if you're thinking about sharing, is to share on social media. Okay. So this is number one, share on social media. Do a shout out post if you haven't yet, which is basically like, hey, I just started these supplements with my friend Nicole. I'm really looking forward to having more energy and sleeping better like she is, whatever, like your sponsor's story or what you've been watching and be like, man, I want that to be my story. Just shout that out on Facebook because you have friends and family that also have health goals and also have struggles and they are watching. So do a shout out post, invite friends to watch your journey. And what I would encourage you to do is just start talking about it on your social media regularly. A lot of times people need to see something 8 or 10 or 15 times before they're ready to be like, okay, tell me about that thing you're doing, right? It's usually not a once and done. People are watching and they're like, okay, let me see if Audrey's going to stick with this. Let me see, if she keeps doing this Plexus thing. And just by sharing like, hey, here's how I'm feeling on these supplements. It's been a month. Here's, my pink drink today. Simple little things kind of invites people to just be a part of your wellness journey and to get a little bit curious. So sharing on social media was huge for me. Keep sharing consistently. Don't think of it as like a once and done. It's a part of my life. So I'm going to keep sharing it. The second thing is I just started talking about Plexus with people, right? I just started mentioning it. I was not trying to grow a business in the beginning. I was just feeling better and telling people how I was feeling. So I love how simple this is. Growing your business is just number one, talking to people about Plexus that you've never talked to about Plexus before. And number two, talking to people again that you have talked to before about Plexus because people need to hear it more than once. And if you just keep repeating that, having conversations with people, you will find people who want to do this with you. So it is simple, simple, simple. Just talking to people about Plexus, not being afraid or, scared that they're going to judge you or, what are they going to think? No, just share what you're loving so far about your journey. You do not need to know everything about every product in order to start sharing. Trust me, I still don't know everything about every product. There are tons of tools and things where you can find information. And most importantly, you have your upline, the people above you, me, the person who helped you sign up. There's a whole network of people above you that can help you. So you do not need to have all the answers, I promise. Okay, so sharing on social media, start talking about people in your circle about Plexus. And then also I started to run simple events. The first thing I did was a little sip and share in my home. Basically just invited some friends over. I shook up some pink drink. I let them try it. I think at that time we had lean. We did not have active yet, but like any of the products that you're loving, you can have a few people over and just share it with them and be like, what do you think? Would you want to do this with me? Here's what I'm noticing. Here's how I'm feeling better. We also have done Facebook events. We've done messenger chat parties. And the awesome thing is that as a team, we run these things all the time. So you don't even have to reinvent the wheel or run this on your own. We have things going on all the time that you can just plug people into. Like you connect, invite your friends in, and it helps people learn about the products, maybe get some samples in their hands. And that is a great way to share. Okay, so those are the simple things. That's how I started. Those are the things that moved the needle to grow my business. And they're still the things I do today. Still do them because they are what works. But I know with these things, some big fears may be popping up already, right? Because those fears come up when we're going to try something new. And I just jotted down a few fears that I know I went through in the beginning. So the first was, I don't know what to say, right? I can't have people in my house to drink pink drink with me. I don't know what to say. So this is where your upline comes in. The person who helped you get started, me, anyone above them, like we're all here to help. So this is where they come in. Three-way chats are amazing. This is how I learned. This is what we still do. So literally Victoria, who's a senior Ruby ambassador, when she signs up someone, she pops them in a three-way chat because it's just fun. It helps people feel that sense of community. And what you can do is when you have someone interested and you don't know what products to recommend or what to say, you just say, hey, I'm going to pop you in a three-way chat with my friend, Amber, whoever your person is, who's been doing this longer than me. She can help us figure out the best products for you. You start the chat. And then what happens is your friend will get the help they need and make sure that they get the right products. And you will learn by watching how your upline answers their questions. I did this with Amber, who's above me, when I started, and I learned so much from just watching how she navigated the conversation, how she answered questions. So I want to encourage you to lean in to your upline, the person that helped you get started. That is super, super important. You don't need to know what to say. The second fear that popped into my mind is I'm not a salesperson, right? Anyone like, no, I can't sell anything. There's those people that could sell you the shirt off their back. And then there's people that just are not salespeople. Me either. Not a salesperson whatsoever. I was like, there's no way I can be successful at direct sales. But the good news is this is a service business. It's not a sales business. Okay. Yes, you do have to ask people if they want to try Plexus. Yes, there's samples involved in asking if they're ready to get started, but that is like 10% of it. Honestly, that is 10%. The other 90% is providing love and service to the people on your team and then helping them love and serve others by introducing them to Plexus. It is 90% a service business. So like show of hands, who's more comfortable with service than sales? Probably like, yeah, definitely. It is the best part. Absolutely. So don't have in your mind, I can't sell. I'm not a salesperson. Good. You do not need to be a salesperson. You just need to be a compassionate person, a kind person. If you are that, you can absolutely be successful. The third fear that often pops up is I've tried network marketing before and it didn't work. Anyone else like try a company before? Yes, so many people on our team and so many diamonds on our team, top of our company, have Victoria tried 3. Yes. And she's been successful with Plexus. So just let that speak. But yes, I hear you. A lot of us have tried other companies before and has not been successful, but Plexus is different. Our products are consumable, right? So people are taking them every month and they're meant to be used on a regular basis. And that equals income stability. That means you're not just going to do a party and have a lot of sales and then not make any money for 6 months. It means that you're able to have a consistent, reliable paycheck with Plexus. Our compensation plan is amazing. Okay. I've compared it with other companies' compensation plans. They keep just making it even better. It's crazy. And if you want the nitty gritty on it, I can go over that sometime with you, but it's amazing. And you have a super supportive team. These people right here, a super supportive team. We are good at what we do and we have systems in place to help you be successful. So it's not like you're out there on your own, floundering and not sure what to do. There are a lot of things that make Plexus totally different from other companies. So I just wanted to allay some of those fears for you guys because I had them too. Absolutely did. I started Plexus in October 2017. And I just want to tell you a little bit more about my journey and how I've kind of worked through some of this stuff. So October 2017, I did not have the extra money to buy the products every month, but I really needed them for my health. So I literally had to get my products paid for. I was like, if I'm going to be consistent on these, I have to get them covered. I do not have the wiggle room in my budget right now. So I did the most awful Facebook Live ever. I looked back at it and it is terrible. It's like pitch black, like you can't even see my face. It's so bad. But I did a Facebook Live telling my friends about my health journey and that I was excited to start Plexus. It was awful, like legit awful, but I kept sharing and I kept sharing and I kept sharing and I got my products paid for. Super excited. I could be consistent on Triplex and my health was changing and that was awesome. So I was like, all right, well, that happened. So what else could happen? Yeah, Nicole, you did a horrible live too. That's how you learn. You learn by being awful and you just keep going. But the second evolution of my why, or like, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to keep growing? Was to have a little extra cash to do fun stuff with my kids, right? Just, swim lessons and soccer and like the fun stuff that just wasn't in the budget. So I kept sharing. I kept doing those simple things I told you guys about. And it happened. Okay. I had that extra cash. The third evolution of my why was I had this goal of making $1,000 per month. I knew that would make a big difference for our family. And I kept sharing. I started digging more into leadership training because I realized that, wow, if I'm bringing all these people on board, I better learn how to lead and be a good leader for them. So I started to dig more into leadership training, and I stayed consistent with those simple things, and it happened. I was able to do that. And the fourth evolution of my why, because as you grow, it changes, was to completely replace my income from healthcare so I could stay home with my kids and homeschool them. Okay, guys, 2 years ago, we were able to do that. I've now been homeschooling for a couple of years. Plexus has completely replaced my income. We moved to the Poconos. It's literally been a complete life change. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to tell you that it's possible for anyone who wants to do this if you're willing to be consistent with the little things and to have a long-term mindset. Plexus has blessed my life so much, and I'm so grateful for the quality time I have with my kids right now, for the life that we're able to live and have time freedom and flexibility, which is huge for us. But I had a long-term mindset. When I first got started with sharing and with the business, someone told me, give it 3 years. And at the time, that sounded like a long time, right? 3 years. But the truth is that time passes so quick. So quick. So I committed to doing those little things for 3 years. And let me tell you, that time is going to pass. And if you are consistently sharing, you can have built something amazing at the end of those 3 years. Okay. So how do I start, right? Like, this sounds great. How do I start? No matter how big you want to grow with this, whether you want it to be full-time income or you just want to get your products paid for, which is amazing, you've got to start somewhere. And you do not need to understand every little detail of the compensation plan in order to get the ball rolling. In fact, I discourage that because it can be overwhelming, right? If you're just starting out, what you need to understand is how to go silver. This is the first rank of the company, right? Everything builds upon that. And it is kind of your first destination on your journey with Plexus. So going silver equals having 3 friends join you, 3 friends on your team. They can be customers, they can be ambassadors, but 3 people joining you. This is especially important if you're new. If you're within your first 30 days, you just got your welcome pack, you're just getting started, you are eligible for something called Fast Start Silver. And it's the same thing, 3 people, but you are able to make extra cash bonuses because you've done it quickly. You've done it within 30 days. But even if you're outside that window, this is how you start silver. What I would encourage you to do, the best way to go silver, is to pick up the phone and call 3 people that trust you. 3 people that you already have a relationship with, that trust you, that know you, and just ask them to do this with you. Okay. Just say, hey, here's what I'm doing. I would love to have you as an accountability partner. Would you want to do this with me? Okay. That is the easiest way. Go with people that you've already built trust with. You can, of course, also do a sip and share, a Facebook event, send samples, whatever. Those are great. But those 3 simple conversations are the fastest and the most effective way to go silver. Okay. Once you're silver, hop on a coaching call with me, your upline, and we will give you the next steps. Okay. Everyone starts with silver. I started with silver. Every diamond has started with silver, 3 friends. And then from there, we can give you the next steps to get to senior silver and above, and kind of talk through what are your goals with Plexus? You know, what are your dreams? Where do you want to be 6 months or a year from now? And literally anything is possible. It just depends if you are coachable and if you are willing to do those little consistent things every day. So I'm going to recap kind of the steps here, and then I'm going to open it up for a little Q&A if you guys have any questions. So here's a recap of the baby steps. Okay. If you're just getting started and you're like, just give me a little bit so I can get started. Number 1, do a shout out post on Facebook and start just consistently sharing about your journey. Number 2, talk to people about Plexus. Start with those 3 friends. Make a list of people that would benefit from weight loss or reduced inflammation or more energy or kids' health or clearer skin. We have so many products, so many that literally there's something for everyone. So make a list of people that come to mind. Number 3, consider doing an event, a sip and share, a Facebook event, sending out some samples. We are doing a virtual sip and share as a team this month on the 17th and 18th. You can get people involved with that. We've always got lots of events going on, so you're not in that alone. And then number 4, have a long-term mindset. If you really want this to make a difference for you and your family, just commit to doing the simple daily things. Okay. For me, I said, I'm going to give it 3 years. If you can wrap your head around that, do it. Give it 3 years and you will be blown away by what you can accomplish. It's truly amazing. Yeah, Nicole, give it 5 years. Sure. Like, what is that in the long run? It is nothing to build a huge business that's going to sustain you and your family. So amazing, so worth it. And to have that time freedom. If you are ready to full out run, and you're like, I don't want the baby steps, I want to full out run, I am ready, then you want to plug into something we're doing, which is a consistency chat where we check in daily. We have daily accountability to make sure that you're doing the things to reach your goals. So if you're like, yes, I want to be emerald or above by next year, this is what you need. You need daily accountability. If you're like, whoa, way too much, start with the baby steps. That is totally great. But bottom line, we're here to support you however small or big your dreams are with Plexus. Nothing is insignificant. For me, getting my products paid for was huge, huge. I was thrilled when I got my products paid for because now I could be consistent and be feeling better. So don't feel like, oh, my goal is tiny. Absolutely not. Like, we want to help you, whatever the thing you want to accomplish is. It's your pace. It's your business, your style. You make the hours, you control the effort, and you are the boss. You are the boss. My greatest joy in my business is to help other people reach their goals. I know it can be life-changing, and I'm so honored to be a part of that process for so many people. So just know we are 100% vested in helping you do the daily things and helping you work through any fears that you have, and just meeting you where you're at, whether that's, I just want to get my products paid for, or, hey, I want to be on that Emerald Extravaganza trip next year. I want to be making full-time income. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop the recording and then we will open it up for questions.